And we're back, guys. Sorry about that. There was some technical issues there. But
I see our three other servers is unavailable due to temporary outage, and ours is one of them.
yeah, our server. It's like I think it's like private servers have gone down or something,
Oh, that sounds fun.
which is great because that means literally everyone, like every YouTuber and streamer who's got a private server, is
Like us.
just gonna be like, I can't talk to my friend. It's like it's like what they've got to talk. They've got to make conversation with themselves on stream. It's like that's not easy. Trust me.
Try doing that and playing MapWarrior Online at the same time.
You're playing Mech. Oh, you're not playing Mech Warrior now, but is that what you've been doing in the
Not
past?
right now, not right now, but not till tomorrow. I'll play some tomorrow.
That's fair enough. You see, I don't know
I
if
know.
I'm streaming tomorrow yet or not.
Uh,
Just because I've streamed 2 days in a row, I probably won't, and I'll probably do one on Sunday instead.
yeah, I didn't think you would on Saturday. Since you were
I usually go out,
busy with it. Yeah.
but obviously I can't really afford to go out right now. But that's just unfortunate.
There is like a streamer I'm watching,
Yeah,
um, who I'll not name him. I'll not name him in case for some strange reason he catches this stream.
yeah,
But he's not streaming right now. He's from UK as well.
yeah.
I know he's been one of the people who's lost his job.
He's lost his job.
Due to all the corona
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah, yeah.
Uh, and apparently he's already like 5k in debt.
It can happen. I mean, given how long it's been, depends. Has
Yeah,
he got a family or anything, or
not that I know of.
it's difficult because if you lose your job, right? It's like for me, if my outgoings per month
Yeah,
are nearly £1,000 a month comes out. You know what I mean? For everything combined, rent bills, food bills,
yeah,
my pub expenses, savings, bill like credit cards, stuff like that.
yeah,
Um, reality, most people have debt. Do you know what I mean? To some degree.
yeah.
Um, so, for example, there's nothing wrong with it as long as it's under control. Now, I can't lose a. I could not be without a job just because I have no way to pay my bills. It's like I'd love to be able to Twitch for a living, but I've only got
Don't pay enough.
not when you're only a small channel.
Yeah, and getting to big channels going to be slim to none.
Yeah, it's like I'm not doing it for that. I'm just saying that'd be a really good way because I'd like to be a freelance graphic designer ideally, and just work for myself, doing graphic design. But it's very hard to get started in that industry, um,
Yeah.
which is why I do it on the side of what I do now.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, so that's why I do it. Um, I do it on the side of stuff right now, but I don't do it. I don't really do it. I don't really get much money out of it as it stands. Um,
Oh yeah.
But obviously, what I'd like to do is make if I had my own ideal world is like I'd make some income from Twitch. I'd make some income from that, and I wouldn't have to work for anybody. I'd just work for myself.
Oh yeah. Making money off Twitch would be fantastic, but you've got to be real good streamer for that.
You've got to become an affiliate.
I'm, I think I've accomplished the first. I've achieved the first step.
What's that one?
I think it's where you have to get 10 followers or something. And
Yeah,
such. I've achieved that.
I think it's 10, then 70, and then like
We
200.
go 10. It goes 10, then 50.
Ah, does it 50?
I think it's 50. I think it's 50.
Whoa, just had some massive lag on my game.
I'm sure it's 50. I could be wrong.
I'm not sure. I haven't looked into it. Um, I haven't looked into it much because I never thought I'd get to
I,
affiliate
I think
status or
I
anything.
think for the second step. you have to be have 50 people watching your channel at what at like one stream.
Yeah, I think the next step I was reading is like you can become a Twitch affiliate, and then it's like, or is it, or one is affiliate and one is partner. One of them is,
On the last stage.
yeah, and there's one where it's like
That's the,
you have to get like 5 consecutive viewers on one of them, like 5 average viewers.
yeah. Partner's the final stage where
Yeah.
you get really big.
Yeah, and I think it's affiliate. Like, I wouldn't mind getting to affiliate just because it would be nice
I
to.
think affiliate is if affiliates have the partner.
I'm not sure which way it is. The one that the
I
next.
think I'm sure partners is the last stage because that's we should be super big for that.
Yeah, Twitch partners are the bigger ones. I think affiliates when you've got like 50 subscribers or 50 followers or something.
Yeah, so that's before.
Yeah.
Before partner.
Partners a lot more than that. Yeah, it's like, but the thing with Twitch to get a yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I
Uh,
think for partner,
yeah.
you've got to be streaming like every day to get partner.
It's you've got to do 500 hours in a certain amount of time or something.
Yeah, is it a month?
I think 500 hours a month, or is it? It might be 50 hours a week or something. I don't know. No, 50 hours a
I
week's a
think
bit
if
much.
it's 500 hours a month, we are never in partner. That's the case.
Yeah, I don't think I don't think it's that big. I'm sure it's like maybe 50 hours a month or something. I don't know. Something like that.
I know we're getting I know if you ever get partner, like that'll just be a life achievement for us.
Oh yeah, I mean for me, I'd just like to get to the next level because I'd like to just. What's kind of annoyed me is that, well, not annoyed me in a bad way, but I've got to like 24. I mean, I've gained a few followers in the last few days, but for me,
Yeah, that's because of them guys.
Klepto
them
was talking
people-
to.
Yeah,
But it's like I would like to get to like more than 30 followers because I'm at 26.
yeah.
So it's like small steps, but I'd like to just get further up the ladder a little bit because like the more followers you have and the more consecutive viewers you have, the more likely people are to discover your channel as well.
Yeah, the bigger you are, the more you get, recommended to people.
Well, exactly. That's what I mean. It's like I'll get more recommendations if I get more followers. It's just frustrating, not in a bad way, but it's like I don't want to stop streaming. I'm not going to stop streaming just because.
Oh, I'm not. It's just very rare I do it.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's just one of them. Oh, we're on Guardians, and we're playing. Why have I got an SMG as a starting weapon? Fair enough. Oh, it's Team Duels. That's why.
Oh, your stream's a little behind then.
Ah, that's fine. Yeah, it will be.
Because I've only just got the loading screen on your stream.
Ah, right. That's fine. It's just it'll be a little behind because I had some lag about 10 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Because
I always try to make sure my streams are no 1 2 seconds behind.
yeah, no, I know what you.
Because that's the best I can do it.
Yeah, usually mine's pretty good. It's just because there's been some lag, and I know that I had some lag about a minute ago. Well, not a minute ago, like 5-10 minutes. Anyway.
I saw that.
And I saw that. I think that's when it started to slow down a bit, but that's fine because it's still streaming and it's not lagged. It's just behind.
Yeah, I think with some viewers, like latency is everything with some viewers.
Yeah, definitely.
Some people don't like long latency.
That's true. That's true. I mean, the thing is, Twitch viewers on Twitch can be very picky. That's not a bad thing. But it's like if you regardless of whether people like what you're doing or not, in terms of most people, you can still still garner a decent audience. Because eventually you'll find people who like what you do.
Yeah.
It's like and I think it just takes time because I mean I started streaming a couple of months ago now.
I can't remember when I started. How long it is since I started streaming.
I think I started April time.
I can't remember when I started.
It was a few months ago anyway, and it's and I'm quite happy with the state of things in terms of you know, I've got 26 followers. I just want to set more realistic goals and actually get more followers.
Yeah, I think for the time being, is set your follower goal to 5 at a time.
That's
for
what
the
I do, yeah.
time being.
So my follower goal now on my stream, for example, is 30.
Yeah, don't go 10 at a time. That's getting too pushy.
Yeah, that's what I do. I tend to get 30, because once I get 30, then I'm gonna go 35.
Yeah.
And then it's like if I do it in 5 increments, and it's like, well, it just encourages people setting a follower goal, especially early on. It's like, well, it just encourages people who might not to be like, well, actually, this guy's actually not far off his follower goal, you know.
Yeah, I'm not gonna, you know, set a follower goal because it's just gonna be, otherwise it'll be just make it more stressful for me that people aren't following.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I just look at it different, I suppose. A follower goal for me is just nice to have so I can see how close I am to setting these, because it's like I try to look at how long ago I set that goal as well and think, is there any way I can improve things, you know what I mean? That's how I use it as a measure for ways to improve my stream. So rather than having my phone in front of me now, I've got this like clamp here to put my phone at the side of me so I can look at my Twitch chat. I've upgraded my setup and stuff like that, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I usually have I can have like my OBS on one of my other 2 monitors.
You see, I do that, but
So I can have it above. So I can have my OBS above my gaming monitor or to the right hand side.
I see. You see, what I do is I have my OBS monitor on the left of my my main. So OBS is open, but I've got my Twitch chat right here on my phone.
Oh yeah.
So then it means I don't have to look through OBS. I can just glance at my phone, which is sort of hovering next to me.
Yeah.
It's just useful as well because it's like having, rather than buying a phone stand, I bought this clamp, which means I can also, when I'm doing my Yu-Gi-Oh videos, this is great for holding the camera in place. You know, for doing deck profiles and stuff.
Yeah.
Because you can do that top-down thing, which is a lot better than having to angle the camera on a little tripod.
So what is the plan for your stream tonight then?
I haven't really got one.
Because I saw your messages to Klepto in Discord.
It was meant to be just to everybody, like, I don't exactly know. I know I'm going on Halo. I don't know about Edo tonight. I'm not sure yet.
Because I like, does he even have a plan for his stream tonight?
Well, because Halo 3's just come out, I wanted to get some quality time in with it. And it's like, for me, I wanted to get some time in with this, because more people are going to be watching Halo 3 on Twitch right now, because it's just happened, and B, well, it's new. It's like it's old, but it's new. Like, I know this game, but it's new to me to play it on PC, and I'd like to get a little bit of quality time in with it, just to really enjoy it before it's one of the, and obviously it's like, I'm sure as you know with Twitch, like the more new a game is, the more popular it tends to be in terms of people going to look for streams. Like, as a general rule of thumb, it's like, you know, if a new game comes out, people go, oh, I'll have a look at a stream. Like, watch someone play it.
That's not entirely true.
Yeah, it's not all the time, but a lot of the time, you know, like when something new is released, you'll find there'll be an influx for a couple of days of people watching.
Because you look at because you look at Macro Online, a lot of people still watch that, and that game is old.
No, it's true. It's like a lot of people watch World of Warcraft streams, and that game's been out for years.
Yeah, but that's always getting overpriced DLC.
What I'll say with Warcraft, it's not not necessarily with it's not DLC as much as like a full expansion with like new zones and stuff. So for me, it's like if it was just DLC, like one island with one zone and one dungeon, I wouldn't buy it. Because what happens is when you buy an expansion, you get every DLC for that expansion. I mean, you can't just buy one DLC because it wouldn't work. The expansion pack, it's like Shadowlands is coming out. It's 5 new zones, new level cap, obviously new weapons, new armor, new location, new dungeons, new raids, and then there'll be like 4 or 5 patches within that expansion as well.
Yeah.
So with Warcraft, I mean, it's like value for money. Whereas if it was just like, oh, you get 2 new dungeons and an island for $30, I'd be like, no. Do you know what I mean? I'd be like.
I think that's why a lot of people dislike Destiny, because you don't get as much content as at a time like World of Warcraft.
Yeah, like World of Warcraft released an expansion every year or so, like every year or 2 years, depending on the size of the expansion they've done. It's like, depending on how they pace it, it's usually like 1 expansion a year or like a year and a half or something. But they'll constantly throughout that year roll out content updates. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, it's not like the game. It's like Blizzard made the mistake with World of Warcraft where there was a period of time where there was no new content for like 12, 13 months at one point, and they saw the subscribers start dropping because people were getting really bored. I mean, there was plenty in the world to do, but people were just getting fed up.
I think for me, when it comes to World of Warcraft, and my brother had me try the demo to it.
Yeah.
Is too much to do.
It can be intimidating for people, which is why they've changed the model with Shadowlands. So how it's going to work now is everyone who's a new starter, or when you make a new character, should I say?
Yeah.
You all get put on an experience which is going to be called Exile's Reach, which teaches you the basics of the game.
Yeah.
And then after that, you'll be given the option of choosing which expansion you do. And obviously you don't have to do all of them to reach the level where you would go. So the objective is they want people to be able to reach the levels up before Shadowlands however they want with any expansion they want. This not necessarily a singular expansion, maybe 2 or 3 expansions, or maybe even just 2 or 1, depending on which ones they pick, from all of them. So they can go, oh, so you finish your Exile's Reach experience and you say you want to go skip the first 3 expansions and go straight to Mists of Pandaria. You can do that. If you wanted to go from your leveling experience and jump straight into, say, Battle for Azeroth, which is the current expansion, you can do that. If you wanted to do a bit of Warlords of Draenor, a bit of Pandaria, a bit of Wrath of the Lich King, and then you're finished, you can do that as well. So they're making it so rather than having to play all of it in a linear fashion, they have like someone called Chromie from the Dragonflight, who's they're a bunch of dragons that can literally travel through time. That's the whole point of the Bronze Dragonflight. So she will send you to a period of time within history of Warcraft, and that's and they're sending you there to prepare you for what's coming. Basically, is the story. It's like you can look at any piece of Azeroth's history to prepare you for what's to come, which is the Shadowlands.
Yeah, because it's like if you go with World of Warcraft and all the current DLC, aren't you looking at like £1,000+?
Oh no, not anymore. No, it's like what it is you'll buy the base edition, and most of the time the base edition will include up to the most recent expansion, and sometimes it does include the most recent expansion. I think if you bought World of Warcraft like today, I think it does include Battle for Azeroth. You'd only have to pre-order the expansion that's coming out at the end of this year, basically, to be up to date. So you get everything except Shadowlands, which isn't out yet. Which means that if you were to buy World of Warcraft in, say, I don't know, October, if that's when it comes out, because it says it'll be quarter 4, so it'll be October, November, and December. Um, there's no official announcement date because obviously coronavirus has made they are working from home. They've not settled on a release date yet. Just because they want to make sure. 'Cause, I mean, the game's in open, is in beta now anyway. So it was in alpha it's been in alpha since about April, and it's now in beta. So I think realistically the beta's going to last until September. Then they'll drop it at the end of October.
Yeah.
I think it'll be around the end of October they drop Shadowlands.
Yeah, it's like a lot of people say to me, I've got really weird misconception with European MMO games.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, if you got yeah.
Because like, you know how most of them don't tell you where I didn't used to tell you where you were going.
Yeah, Warcraft does.
Yeah, I've got because the first one I tried was RuneScape.
Oh god, yeah. Everyone's first MMO was RuneScape, man. Yeah.
And that did not tell you where you were going.
Yeah, RuneScape was a. Yeah, I didn't like RuneScape.
So after that, I just had a really bad misconception. Really bad misconception of all MMO games are like that.
Yeah, it's like with World of Warcraft, it's much different. And the only reason I say that is because I didn't like RuneScape, so I bought World of Warcraft.
I didn't enjoy RuneScape. The only reason I played it because my brother.
My friends played it, and they were like, "Oh, it's so good." I was like, "Have you not considered just? Yeah, sure, it's a subscription game. You have to subscribe to it, but it's better." This is. I was like, "Yeah, RuneScape's free, but it sucks."
Yeah, like people have been getting back into RuneScape since the old school RuneScape came out.
See, I hated old school RuneScape. That's the one I tried.
Yeah.
I just didn't like it. It just didn't do anything for me.
Well, like once you got lost, That was it.
Yeah, with me, World of Warcraft, there's a lot more in place to make sure that you don't end up lost. And if you do, you've always got what they call your Hearthstone, which will teleport you back to wherever you set it to.
Alright.
So it's a protection. What I tend to do is set it to my faction's capital city. So if I'm playing Alliance, it's Stormwind. If I'm playing Horde, it's Orgrimmar.
Yeah.
And what I'll do is I'll set it there so that if I don't know where to go, and they've also got what they call a Hero's Call board, which is where if you're not sure where to go next to level, it tells you what content matches the level you're at and where you need to go. So if it's like, oh, it's on the other side of the world, it's like, yeah, go speak to this person, get a flight and get a blimp, get like a Zeppelin or get a boat there, or you know.
Guess what? Servers are back. The private servers are back up.
Ah, right. I mean, Klepto's not joining us tonight. We might as well just keep this open. But yeah, like the reason that I prefer Warcraft is, and people go, oh, they spoon feed you info. It's like, no, I think that they have the right amount of guidance for players, because what people forget, they go, oh, it's too easy now. It's like, yeah, but you're a veteran player of the game. It's gonna be easy for you.
But not veteran players. More veteran players don't usually think of those beginners players who get lost easy.
Well, yeah, it's like I've had a few friends join me in World of Warcraft, and I've had to show them around the game, and like, you do get a lot of elitism, which is why, luckily, because I play a tank in WoW, so I usually main a tank. It means that like one of the key roles in a dungeon is already taken up, if you know what I mean. So like that, it means that people that if someone's not very competent with DPS, or then it's fine, because it's like I'm not going to be questioning why that DPS is so low because I know they're a new player.
I'm not too bad with DPS in Destiny.
No, I mean with Warcraft it's a lot more like you press a button to cast a spell. You know what I mean? And it just depends what class you want to play. Because if you like Hunter in Destiny 2, you'd probably like the Rogue class, which is kind of like it has stealth, it goes invisible, it uses daggers. You know what I mean? That's probably more. But there's also the Hunter class in World of Warcraft, which uses a bow and arrow or a gun. So if you play a Hunter in Destiny, you'd probably be more drawn to either a Hunter in WoW or a rogue, because one is a marksman, so bow and arrow, you tame a beast with one's like you become like master of the bow and stuff, or one of them you become like
Oh yeah.
one of them is focused around taming like wild animals and using them, and there's one that's survival, which is the same about taming wild animals, but it's actually melee class instead of using a range, so you use like a spear instead,
Yeah.
which is cool.
Yeah.
I tend to play for tanking. I play Death Knight, which is basically like an undead necromantic soldier, um,
Yeah.
and I also play Paladin. So like warrior, like Crusader, basically, kind of thing.
Oh yeah.
For healing, I play Priest, um,
Yeah.
just because Priest is ridiculous. And I also play for just pure DPS. I play Warrior.
Oh yeah.
Um, so you've got quite a few classes to pick from, like something that'll suit your tastes. So you've got a lot of races to pick from. Two factions. You've got the option to earn it. Well, up until Shadowlands, where they were where you just have to earn an achievement to unlock them. It's like there's other races you can earn by improving your reputation with
Yeah.
with factions. So they're called the allied races, and then you've got so you've got about I think standard it's like 6 or 7 races to pick for each faction, and then a class. But obviously, depending on the law, you can't just roll any race as any class because it wouldn't make sense. For example, you can't be an undead paladin because they're undead, and the light doesn't work like that with the undead. Because a lot of paladins fought against the undead. Why would the undead be paladins? Um, and it's like the whole point that the paladins of the Silver Hand basically was founded to kill undead. Um,
Yeah. Another thing I probably couldn't be able to and wouldn't be able to deal with is the toxicity what you'll get from that game.
the toxicity, I think, from an outside perspective, is exaggerated. You get some people who complain a lot, but literally, it's like there's a lot of nice and good people in that community. So it's like you want to find a good guild. I'm in one decent guild I've been with since 2008.
Yeah.
So I know all those guys really well. They're all absolutely lovely. And no one's afraid to like answer questions that sound stupid. If you tell them that you're brand new to this game
Yeah.
and you're like, hey, I need to understand how this game works, then they're not going to bite your hand off. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There are some guilds who are like, oh, get good scrub and kick you out, but that's why you don't go for like a raiding guild straight away, because a raiding guild, they're going to want experience. They're going to want you to show what raids you've completed, stuff like that. Like they're going to want to see that you've got full optimization on all your gear and stuff, which is stressful. If you jump in and think, right, I'm going to join a raiding guild and I'm going to be in the top tier of raiding and I'm going to be like a top tier PvP player, you set those expectations, you're going to have a bad time.
Oh yeah.
So I set my expectations for Warcraft when I joined it as I just want to have some fun. I love high fantasy, so I love the Warcraft setting. So orcs, elves, humans, gnomes, goblins, you name it. And for me, it was like I want to live. I like D&D, Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah. I know what that is.
So I liked the premise of that. So playing Warcraft felt like D&D to me.
Yeah.
Because there's
I've had a go at watching people play D&D.
oh yeah, played it yourself.
I'm just like,
It's funny though. It really is. It's I just
I see someone playing D&D, I just shut off.
you see, that's me when I watch people playing Cardfight Vanguard.
Oh, yeah, I hate to say, when you say I stand at my Vanguard, that irritates me so goddamn much.
Is it stand at my Vanguard or something, or
Yeah.
or it's like isn't there ride? They ride as well or something, or
Oh, I don't know. It's
I watched
weird.
I watched some people play it and I was like,
I've had a go at a restructured deck and a page sheet games once. It's like, oh my god, it's just so weird.
I don't understand how the game works. I can play Magic the Gathering and I can play Yu-Gi-Oh just about.
I can play Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon, Magic the Gathering just fine.
Yeah, because they're kind of similar, except Magic the Gathering is Yu-Gi-Oh but with resources.
And Pokemon is Yu-Gi-Oh, but fun.
You see, I didn't like the Pokemon card game. I never liked it.
I grew up with a Pokemon card game when I was little, so it was my first card game.
You see, I collected it. It was the first card game I collected, but I never played it.
Because I remember going to not Wilkinson's. What was the place called?
Woolworths?
Now? Yes.
Oh,
Remember going
good
down
old
to
Woolies.
Into Woolworths in town every now and again. As a
Oh,
kid,
yeah,
to
used
buy,
to.
buy a pack of Pokemon cards.
See, I remember very explicitly. My mum used to go to Medhall every Saturday,
Yeah.
and she used to take me and my brother. So she'd be like, if you come shopping with me while Dad's at work, we'll get some food. And we'll just have. And usually she'd just be doing like a food shop at Marks and Spencers.
Yeah.
But she'd be like, I'll get you like a Happy Meal or something if you come with me, basically. So that was basically her way of bribing us to walk around the shops.
Oh yes, the classic McDonald's bribe.
It was basically, if you walk around Meadowhall until your feet are blistered, um, I will buy you Mickey D's. And I was like, you know what? At the time, I was like, yes, give me my nuggies, please. And it was like this. My feet hurt, and I'm sure my ankles are bleeding, but nuggies. And it was like, it's like, listen, I was a really overweight kid, and I just liked chicken nuggets. I was a really fat kid who liked chicken nuggets a lot. Okay.
I was always fairly skinny.
I liked chicken nuggets too much as a child. That was my problem. I'm a vegetarian now. I can't stand chicken nuggets, except for Quorn ones. Quorn chicken nuggets are amazing. But it's and it's like, but the point there is that so I remember we used to go past it. Well, it used to be GT News in Meadowhall.
Yeah.
It's now just some generic news shop. Yes, chicken.
Yeah.
Yes, Klepto, chicky nuggies. He says. He just says chicken. Klepto just said chicky nuggies in my chat. Yeah, that was me as a child. Just
I'm watching you.
it was just I want nuggies. But it was like basically what used to happen was we used to go past this GT News and they used to be really cool because they'd sell single cards in the window as well.
Oh, I remember that place. I went there a lot of the time.
And I distinctly remember this is before Yu-Gi-Oh came out in English.
Yeah, I actually got quite a few cards from that window as well.
Yeah, I did as well.
Yeah. I remember
My
that.
first thing I bought, it was a Japanese pack of, I believe, Pharaoh's Servant.
Oh, right.
Because they hadn't come out in English yet. And then we went to Whitby later that year, and we went into there was this like hobby shop there that and it said Yu-Gi-Oh sold here, and it was when Legend of Blue Eyes had just come out.
Yeah, that's how you got into Yu-Gi-Oh.
My parents, like, I was like, and they were like, oh, is this the English version? Yes. They were like, well, can we get 5 packs, please? Like, and there's like, I was like, why are you getting me this many? Like, well, you need enough to play. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so then basically, if I was really good, like I used to, when I was that age, I'd earn pocket money to like have stuff that I wanted.
Oh, didn't we all?
And so what I'd do is I'd save up every pound I earn, and we used to go to a Toys R Us, and the one near Meadowhall, that used to be there, and it would be either I would either buy a Beyblade or I'd buy a pack of Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
I think if I went back if I went back in time to tell myself
Yeah.
what that I would choose a Beyblade.
You see,
Tell myself Beyblade instead.
oh my god, Beyblades were awesome. I used to love Beyblades.
You know you can still buy them on eBay.
I've still got loads of Beyblades. Like I mean,
You can buy old Drago for for a decent enough price.
I've got all the classic ones like Dragoon, Draga, Dranza, Black Dranza, which I got bought from Japan. I got Trigal. I've still got them all in my parents' garage. They're in like a box because it's like I've said, this is my childhood. Please don't bin it.
Oh, I miss having Beyblades.
Beyblades. They got banned in my school because somebody fired one into somebody's face.
What?
Yeah, this kid with really bad anger issues got really mad at this girl and fired a Beyblade into her face, and it like went in her eye, so they got banned.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how Beyblades was ruined for everybody at my school because some dude with anger issues used it as a fucking shuriken.
Okay then.
Yeah, yeah. So that's how Beyblade got ruined for us. Like like we used to have like a pretty like it was primary school. We used to have like a sort of organized like we have like Beyblade tournaments on lunch times and stuff. And it was really fun. And I like it was something that brought everyone together. And then someone decided to turn it into a weapon. And I went to a good school. And this guy, this one guy, I'm like, how was he not expelled? Because he literally punched a teacher at one point. He was a kid though, but do you know what I mean? Like, I mean, the kid had problems, like anger problems.
Yeah.
But at the same time, he needs to go to a school that can deal with that more directly then. Because, like, he would threaten people, like other students quite regularly.
Oh god, you're one of them.
It's like it's okay to have problems and it's okay to have anger issues. It's okay to have learning difficulties, but if it's at a point where it needs specialist attention because you're causing harm to others, then you should be sent to a specialized school for that, or at least in special classes to help deal with that, or at least send the kid to bloody therapy. Do you know what I mean? It's like I'm not having a go. It's like I had about him because like I had a lot. I mean, he wasn't a bad kid. He just had anger issues. And so he got really mad at somebody and decided that rather than attack them that day, he was going to fire his Beyblade in the face.
Oh yeah.
Because it was the nearest thing to him, and he just used it as a weapon. And that's how Beyblades got banned. He also is the reason Yu-Gi-Oh got banned in my school because he punched somebody because he lost.
Sounds like something I was thinking of do every time I went up against Russell.
Yeah, but that's understandable. It's like if someone, it's like, but it's like with this guy, it's like he would just pick somebody he didn't like, and that was it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then well, I remember he did get expelled eventually because he's in prison now.
No surprise there then.
Well, it's what happens when you murder and eat your neighbour's dog.
What?
He killed his neighbour's dog and ate it. This is when he was about 18, by the way. This is not when he was a child. It wasn't like just because he was an angry kid. He literally murdered his neighbour's dog and ate it. Yeah. He's a nice guy. He's great. 10 out of 10 would recommend. Yeah, I heard that story. My friend, because it was in the newspaper, and my friend tagged me and went, "This is the dude who used to pick on us at school, isn't it?" I'm like, "Yeah, the guy who used to beat you up for beating him at Yu-Gi-Oh." It's like, yeah, that guy. I was like, how am I not surprised he's ended up in prison? I was just more surprised he hadn't killed a person, to be honest.
What's it good?
Yeah.
Why?
Don't try and understand, because I gave up on that a long time ago. I was like, I don't know what would prompt you to cook and eat a dog. I don't know if it tasted good, Klepto. I don't know if it tasted good. I didn't ask him. I didn't eat. It was in the news. I've not spoken to him since primary school. Well, secondary school, because I remember in secondary school because he came to our secondary school for a bit briefly before he got expelled for violence. So, but it's like, and again, I went to a good primary and good secondary school. They had a very low threshold. They were like, they just kicked him out. They were like, people were like, yeah, but it's like, he can't help the fact he's angry. They're like, we don't care, get him out, basically. Because he like used to try and. Well, one time he got angry because his mum didn't give him enough money to buy 2 baguettes in the lunch at secondary school, and he got violent with the lunch lady for not giving him 2. Just even though he could only afford 1.
Sounds like what a French person would do when he can't get a baguette.
Oof, that's a bit stereotypical. It's like I've not known anybody get that aggressive over a baguette in my life. It's like, I'd eat a dog. Klepto says he'd eat a dog if the dog deserved it, like it committed war crimes. Okay, Klepto, can you explain to me how one would trial a dog and also charge a dog for war crimes, or how would you prove that a dog had committed war crimes? That's like
Yeah.
telling me you'd eat a cat who committed tax fraud. If you can prove, I'll tell you what. If you can prove to me that a dog's committed war crimes, I would eat the dog. That's how much I'm willing to believe it's impossible. Actually, I'm not saying that because he's gonna fucking find something now. I'm not gonna eat a dog. Jesus Christ. I love dogs too much. Humans don't deserve dogs. Dogs are too good. Dogs are better than people.
I prefer cats, to be honest.
I like both. I mean, I like both dogs and cats, but Klepto, I definitely eat a cat.
Oh my god.
I think. I mean, okay, Klepto, but I'd. I don't know. I don't know if I don't like where this is going.
No, but I don't think any of us do.
You're confessing to a vegetarian that you'd eat house pets.
And you're doing it live on stream.
Yeah, it's not me that this incriminates. It's not me that looks bad here. It's like everyone can read the chat saying Klepto said he'd eat a cat and a dog.
Well, it kind of does look bad on you because it is your stream. It's been settings. It does kind of look bad on you, the streamer.
It kind of does. I don't honestly.
Because from other people's viewers' point of view, it looks like you're promoting all this by not stopping him.
I'm just not gonna stop him because I think it's funny, to be honest, that he thinks that. It's like I.
So to someone, so to